Hey guys, and welcome back to season, I think 6 or 7, I've even lost count, of the Southampton Football Manager series, episode 67, I think this is, and we are into the Premier League. The first time of asking from going from the Premier League relegation and to winning the Championship. And I'll show you what's happened off screen. We've had pre-season, we've had the transfers, and it's all going to be now. And we actually have gone past transfer deadline day, so everything I show you is confirmed, and there's a lot of it. Let's start with outgoing zone. We've got Adrid Elasson going away, a Norwegian player, 19 rated on a scout summary, so I'm not upset about that. That last one was a free. And Andy Yadom going, the Ghanaian, to RB Salzburg, I think an Austrian team. Yeah, we already knew that were coming. Ryan Ho, a goalkeeper, going to Rotherham under 23s. He looks okay. 46 on the scout summary at 18 is pretty decent, but we've lost him. As well as this guy, another youth player who looked a bit better, Louis Flood, 17, 27, but he has some decent stats, but he's gone to Huddersfield. And before we get into the big money outgoings, we've got Gabriel Martinelli going on loan to Birmingham, like he were at loan at Blackburn, I think, last season. Hopefully he can get Birmingham up to the Prem and prove he still has some worth here. And the first one for big money is Mark Travers, gone for 4 million. To Leicester. He didn't play a league game for us and he was the backup, so maybe we've got another backup for ourselves or a starting keeper. I don't know, you'll have to wait 2 minutes, but yeah, the 27-year-old Irish international is gone. And I said I didn't play this guy too much, and I didn't, and now we've got 15 million for Matteo Major. It's valued at 21.5. I don't know how that's come along, but 59 rated. He won't get in near the team with Roberts and Bob, so I've just offloaded him. And now we're on to the best bit, the incomings from the transfer window, and it was a summer one, so it was a big transfer window. Not a huge amount of signings, but a couple of big money ones, as David Eccles comes in for free though. A youth player from Arsenal, I thought he was pretty decent. Got 2 6 million transfers, and the first one is Luke Daly. We signed him, I think in January or just in February, because it took a long time for him to arrive. I had this guy ages, can grow to 4-star, now 2.5. And he's a left back, so we've got one. And the next one is a starting keeper. When I signed him, he was 4-star. Now he's dropped down to 3. He's done a Grillo. Hopefully he doesn't perform like Grillo, though. We've got Daniel Diaz, got another keeper. Now we've come up to the Premier. I just think Hansen doesn't cut it enough in the Premier League, unfortunately. 3 stars, can grow to 4, and this guy will make Hansen drop to the bench. And this guy costs 7 million. Jonathan Abdallah, another 24-year-old Argentinian. So I've got some Argentinians through the door. This was going to be his backup striker from River Plate. Decent stats, 3-star, and he can grow. He was 4-star, but this guy is 3.5. Just gone down from 4-star as well. But he's a huge signing, and I'm never going to say his name. I'm going to call him Simon. We're going to call him Simon. And his name is Sebastian, his first name, but Simon suits it better. 23 million for this guy from Celtic. 3.5 stars at the moment, but he's took over Ross Barkley, who wasn't really in his plans. In fact, I forgot to mention Ross Barkley's left. 7 million. Ross Barkley has outgone. A good player, but never really got the ratings in the Championship, so we've offloaded him. And now his biggest signing. 3-star, can grow to 4. It's another left back in Dilgevic. I've got some weird names through the door. It's a regen. He costs 25 million, so he spent almost, 70 million altogether. 21-year-old, plays with Jallo in the England under 21s, I think. And yeah, I think can be an amazing player. And now on to pre-season after all. Let's see how we did. The first game against Eastleigh, 2-0, Cutrone and Dilvegic, the left back, getting his first goal for the club. Then we capitulated against Portimontier, or however you say that. Martinelli, Bob and Jallo scoring, with Finley Burns getting sent off. Then in the second half, Romeo, Diaz and Batalla all scoring for them. The next 3 games, we stayed in Portugal for the next one against Vitória Setúbal, and we won 2-1. Oscar Bob and Catrone scoring a penalty on the half-hour mark. Then Bologna came to us like they always do when we beat him 2-0. Catrone scoring against his native country team, and Martinelli as well, because he's turned Italian on this save for some reason. And we had another Italian team, this time away at Via del Mare against Lecce. Luke Daly scoring, and Horijoki, the Japanese player, the striker we bought last season, needs to play him more this year. And as for fixtures, they don't get bigger than these 3. Norwich, which are a decent team, probably not as big as I've just made them out to be, but then we've got Arsenal at the Emirates as his first away game. and Chelsea at the St Mary's. Also followed up by that off screen, we've got his old team, we've got Man City, Leicester we've had a rivalry with, but I'm on the day of the Norwich game, or the one before, so I'm going to have to get the team sorted. And yeah, I made the mistake, I forgot to tell you this, that's Simon. I didn't register him, so he's unregistered. Not the best thing I've ever done, but we've had to move on. Also, Ward-Prowse and Turnbull return to training tomorrow, and I'm not going to rush them. So we've got this team. We've got Diaz in the net, the new name, with Tony, Burns, Soyuncu, and Dilovic. I'm going to call him Dylan. Left back with Luis Eduardo and Abdallah, the striker. Yes, he can play as a Mazzala for some reason, so he's replacing Ward-Prowse and Turnbull, with Bob at the right wing, Roberts in the middle, because Simon can't play, and Davies on the left with Catrone up front. Let's have a look at their team. They've got Beltran, Donny van der Beek, and Brewster up front. That is a really good team. Of course, White, one of his old players, and Reece Nelson, who we had in the Prem when we got to the Prem. Passionately say, let's show what we can do, and hopefully it doesn't turn out like the season before in the Prem. I've actually had the first shot of the game. I'm getting excited. We're going to win the league. We actually could if Roberts can whip a good ball in Soyuncu. Oh, Finlay Burns, the other centre-back. We take the lead. Oh, this is going to be amazing if we could win. Soyuncu just misses it. It goes to Burns. Keeper doesn't save it. And we lead in his first game back in the Prem. Could actually make it 2 here. Tony to whip a ball in. Davies. Oh, Castillo with a good save. Catrone still has the ball and Max Aarons clears. Finlay Burns' first Premier League appearance as well, and he's just cleared the corner. He's having a right game as Oscar Bob comes forward, another Man City youth player who we bought. Bob runs straight into Beltran, and they've cleared it up. Capaldo over the top to Ryan Brewster, the Liverpool youngster running into the box. We need to put a tackle in. It goes straight to Diaz. Come on. Come on, corner ball. Diaz catches it. Get us on a counter. Catrone's running. Look at Bob. Look how much space Bob is in. The number 4. Oh, now you let number 4 come back. Why didn't you just give it straight away? Now he's got the ball, Bob, when he shouldn't really do so. And Catrone has it now, or should I say Roberts through to Davies. Davies has a shot. Great save. But it looks like they've coped well so far. Roberts and Burns are a standout players so far, but Catrone could make himself one as well as he puts the ball into Davies. Oh! How has that not gone in? 1-0 at half-time, and we've deserved it. Come on, boys. We're favourites for relegation this season. Still room for improvement, though. 1-0 is not a good scoreline. Let's get a goal straight away in this second half. Roberts with the ball over to Catrone. Catrone can't squeeze it past the keeper. Joe Worrell with the ball now. I think he scored against us last season. Worrell gives it to White for a 1-2-3-4 as Capaldo puts the ball over to Ryan Brewster. 1-on-1 with Diaz, and Diaz, you've got to save that. Was a P-roller. Let's have a look. Brewster through on goal. He just needed to get lower. He dived upwards before he went down. Could get an instant reply though, as Davis comes down the line. Alphonso Davies runs into the box. Bob, just too far behind him, uses Tony, who's been good in this game. In my opinion, Luis Eduardo around the corner to Roberts, who's rounded his man into Catrone, and an instant reply puts us back into the lead. Patrick Catrone, he did it in the Prem when we went down, so I think he'll do it again. A beautiful goal scorer as Roberts rounds his man, played well in camp, and Catrone volleys it past Castillo. Time to make some subs as well. We've got a highlight. Hopefully they don't score. I'm going to put Jallo on for Davies, although he's played well. Put him as an inverted winger. And we'll leave it at that as they have an attack. Harry Wilson running at the keeper. Big save. Joe Worrell with the ball as we're going to sub the left back Dilovic off because I really want to play him against Arsenal, judging by his potential. He's going to come off after this move, but Roberts has the ball in the middle. Catrone, or Kaglar Soyuncu should I say. Kaglar Soyuncu gives it to Luis Eduardo. Digilovic, it'll be his last action of the game if he's to do something. Can Dylan put a ball in? He doesn't. Luis Eduardo, good pass in this. Really quick, he's got the ball again, the left back. Just whip a ball into the box. Youth players playing it around. Puts a ball over to Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob, can you put a ball into the box? Gives it to Tony. Tony to Roberts, and what a well-worked goal. 3-1, and Roberts has his deserved finish. Burns, Roberts and Tony in this game have been sensational, and the right back's got his assist for Patrick Roberts, who both deserve to be in the game and get the goal and the assist. Oh, and what a finish. Come on. 5 minutes left, and we have been definitely the better team as Daly passes the ball. Kaglar Soyuncu with it now. Let's take the mick. Jallo, let's make it 4 if we can. They scored 4 against us last season as Jallo hits a good strike. And it could be 3 points in his first game here. It should be. 3-1. Blow your whistle, ref. There we go. 16 shots. So much better than last season already with 1 game. A good win, boys. It's unfortunate that the keeper didn't get an assist, the new guy, but Catrone, or should I say Roberts as well, both excellent. And I don't think the league will look like this at the end of the season. We're in second place after everyone's played. There's still a couple though, but we've got Arsenal next who also won. Burns and Roberts both getting in the team of the week. That's what we'd like to see as we approach the Arsenal game. We also have a Carabao Cup second round draw today. Who are we going to get in this? Hopefully not Grimsby again. We've got Brentford in the Championship still. I'll take that. But first, the bottom of the Championship as well. But first we've got Arsenal. It's actually made it quite a bit harder for me because I was planning to put Ward-Prowse and Turnbull straight back into the team, but you can't change a winning midfield, especially in the Prem against Norwich, so we've kept the same lineup with Diaz, Tony, Burns, Soyuncu and Dylan at the left back spot, should I say, with Eduardo and Abdallah in the midfield, Bob, Roberts and Davies on the left wing with Catrone up front. Also, Liverpool just beat Chelsea 2-0, so we've got to look out for that. And let's have a look. Fabian Silva up front with Renier and Hudson-Odoi. I know he was the top goal scorer last season, Renier. And Hudson-Odoi in Cam, he scored to win the FA Cup for him. Got nothing to lose here, boys, because these are a really good team. No pressure. Let's just play maybe for a draw. And Hudson-Odoi, here he is in the 8th minute with a free kick. And Camavinga has just scored a header. That's the second goal for, I think it was the centre-back or CDM. That's a shame. Diaz dived for it way too early. And that's not how we wanted to start, but we still could have a chance as Mariba steps in. Fabio Silva running at us, the youngster Soyuncu with the tackle. Come on, let's not make him have 2-0 lead. Yashang in the... Oh my god. Yegane with the goal. I remember last season, I remember 2 seasons ago, the beat us like, what, 5-0 or something. We really don't like Arsenal in this save. That's the score over in 12 minutes. And we haven't conceded a goal in a while now as Renier's through. Why did I even open my mouth? Last season's top goal scorer gets another goal as it's 3-0 before the half-hour mark to Arsenal. Not the best performance. Not really. And hopefully we make it to half-time unscathed even more. 3-0. I'm going to have to try and ultra-attack it. 3-0 to Arsenal, 4 shots. Disappointing. I'm going to be aggressive. It was absolutely terrible. Going to actually make some changes straight away. Eduardo, give Ward-Prowse his first appearance. And Abdallah, you can play up front, so I'm going to keep you off the field for now. I know I just contradicted myself, but I'm going to put Horizoki on. Really want to improve this left striker. Ward-Prowse with a throw and could get ourselves a goal back. Tony stops it from going up the field, but Mariba has just intercepted everything. Fabio Silva gives it to Callum Hudson-Odoi to run at as keeper, gives it to Renier. This could be 4, but a big save Diaz. I definitely know Grillo would have crumbled there under the pressure as Hudson-Odoi puts the ball in and Fabio Silva has a header. 4-0. Can't believe it. Let me click that. I want to go ultra defensive and contain. Diaz probably should have saved it. Now skip that. Very defensive. But this team is pushing forward. We could get one straight after. And we have done. Catrone's got a goal back. Back to ultra attack. Straight from kickoff, look. Took kickoff. Oscar Bob just runs rapid through the team. That was easy. Just cut them open at the Emirates. But of course it's still 4-1, so I can't be too happy with it. Catrone with a good finish. And an actual chance here. Dylan with the throw-in. Gives it to Roberts. Whipped in. Catrone off the bar. Could have had a comeback on then. Patrick Roberts coming forward as well. Can we get a goal back? Straight through the middle. Patrick Roberts. You've got to finish that. Hector Bellerin running again. He's been a bit of a central spot for them. Even though he's a right back. Renier in the middle. Probably going to have the shot. Comes inside. Bad shot. Felgueras have had him on loan. Puts a ball into Fabio Silva and it's 5. Oh, dearie me. Oh, Diaz, it was you. And it was Dylan at left back. Heads it to Felgueras. And Fabio Silva just to head it home. Come on, ref. Just blow the whistle. Save us. Save us. I don't want it to be 6. Fabio Silva's really been good as well. 5-1. 8 shots, 3 on target. We've got a goal to show for it, which I guess is okay. I never expected us to stay near the top for long. Tony reveals my fury. Yeah, I'm too right you are, because where are we in the league now? Dropped to 11th with still teams having games in hand. I was wrong, Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-0 and Liverpool in the relegation zone. And we haven't got long because of the Carabao Cup game after this between the next match against Chelsea at the St Mary's. And this is the team we've gone with. Diaz in the net with Tony, Burns, Soyuncu and Dylan at the back. So I'm trusting this defence of just let 5 in again against Chelsea. So that's a big ask. But I've changed the midfield completely with Turnbull and Ward-Prowse both stepping in. Bob, Roberts and Davies through the wing / Camrell and Catrone. up front. And look at the Chelsea team. Richarlison, Clark, who we had on loan, they're playing him straight away. And Eduardo, I think they signed for 80 million from Monaco. Originally at Celtic. I'm going to say we've got nothing to lose again, although it didn't work last time. And 5 minutes in, we've actually got a chance. Tony with the ball. Oh, just needed to give it into the box instead of to Roberts, as it didn't work out. Gunnarsson whips it forward. Dylan gets in the way, just needs to pass it in field. David Turnbull to Alphonso Davies. Roberts to Cutrone. Come on. Kepa with the save. Corner ball as well. We're having all the chances against Chelsea here as Joe Gomez heads it away. He's abandoned Liverpool, who are now struggling. Clark passes it in the middle back to Gomez. Tete, they're going to come forward now and get the goal. Can just tell. Tete to Ndidi to Edouard. Called it. The £80 million man finishes it in superb fashion. Tete run the whole length of the field. Ndidi to Edouard and finesses it right into the top bins. Davis though, come on, let's get a chance off. Alphonso Davies, you were at Bayern before, you're good. As Roberts gets his second of the season. Why has he come alive after a season out? Well, I didn't play him much, but he wasn't the best in the Championship last season when he did play. And now he's turned up in the Prem again. Davis with the ball, Cutrone missed it, and Roberts just to slot it home. Gomez with the ball, gives it to Gunnarsson. Tete on the ball now, he's been decent. Over the top to Bracalo. Don't let him score straight away. Tony with a big tackle. Oscar Bob, get to the other side of the field, Roberts. Come on. Another Man City player that we've got, I've just realised. We've got so many as Cutrone hits it and misses. Tete with the ball. He's come through the middle as well. Tete, what a bad shot. Did all the hard work. Cutrone though, on the charge away. Can Tete get rid of this? Oh, it's Ndidi, sorry. As he does, Edouard. And now Bob gets it back. Bob's been decent this game. Again, as Bob... Oh, tackled by Wober. And a throw-in for Dylan. Gives it to Roberts. Back to Dylan. Come on, whip a ball in. Cutrone and Roberts are waiting. Oh, Roberts has the ball, actually, as he puts it in. Got a bad one. Tony with the ball. Gives it to Roberts. Ward-Prowse. We are actually getting us passing together again now. As Bob charges down. Bad shot. And at half-time, it's 1-1. I'll take this so far. Take this against Chelsea, passionately say we've got to keep it up. Diaz, actually a keeper, doing amazing for us. Can you believe it? As we've got a chance to make a couple of changes. Abu Jallo, I'll trust you for Davies because I like him playing on this wing. Played really well there at the end of the last season, and I think I'll keep it at that. 70 minutes now. We've still had more shots than Chelsea. I cannot believe it. Corner ball. Roberts, come on. Cutrone arriving. Oh, and he's put it over. I think I'm going to have to take him off. I know he's been amazing. But still, I'm going to put Horizhoki on. We need another way to score. Oh, no. Don't do it. Gunnarsson, don't do it. It's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a penalty. Oh, Finlay Burns. Finlay. He's gave the penalty away. I don't know who's stepping up. Big Clark. Oh, it's Mason Mount. Come on. Diaz doesn't save it. This will be a heartbreaker if we lose. Damn it. Mount just slots it home. Going to go very attacking. And I'm also going to take Turnbull, who isn't fully fit, off for Abdallah and stick him up front with Horizhoki. Abdallah gives it back to Jallo. Come on, youth players. Do us justice as Ward-Prowse has the ball over the top to Oscar Bob. Needed to finish that. Oh, we've got another chance. We don't deserve a draw. We deserve to win it. Finlay Burns with a moment of madness. And Soyuncu should have come for that. Maybe a moment of madness from himself. As Richarlison has the ball, but Burns makes up for it. Gunnarsson, no, he's been decent. Tete, of course. Of course he scored as well. I didn't think he'd score. He's been the best player for them and he scored. Oh, we don't deserve to lose this game. Chelsea haven't been at the races. Gunnarsson with a good ball through the middle. Should have got there, Dylan. As Tete put it in the bottom corner. And it's going to be 3-1 to Chelsea at the St Mary's. Very disappointing. I'm not going to be aggressive because we played well. Unlucky, boys. Unlucky. And at the end of this episode, we sit in 15th. At least we've got one win. -4 on the goal difference, though. That's a different story. Derby, Newcastle and Leicester make up the relegation zone. Got 2 points on them. And hopefully we can stay that way as I go to play 4 games off screen. I will see you all in the next one. Like, comment, share and subscribe for episode 68 to come out in another day after tomorrow. And I'll see you then in a bit. Peace.